obviously you bringing the intensity, you bringing the smoke tomorrow. We saw in the weigh-ins, like what's going through your mind, performing on the ESPN format and everything.
I'm excited, man. I'm on Kobe's stage. Grew up, watching Kobe on ESPN. Man. All my basketball games, all the big sports heroes I look up to have been on ESPN. And I'm one of the best athletes in the world at what I do. So why not be at the big stage? I'm excited. Bright lights, and I always rise to the occasion. I'm ready to shine under them.
Yeah, I see you bringing the swagger as well too, like so what do you expect from your opponent? What do you bring more knockouts? Because you had a lot of knockouts last season, so.
I'm not worried about what he's going to do. I'm more worried about implementing my game plan and focusing on what I got to do. I know he's a world-class grappler, but not to take anything away from his experience or his skill set. I just think if he ends up getting me down there and needs to expose my grappling game, he's going to find out he's in trouble. I'm well-rounded. I've been working with Jacare Souza, Adolfo Vera. Those are the Michael Jordans of jiu-jitsu. And, I think if he can find that part of me, he's going to learn that I'm good at everything I do.
And what was it like training with Jacare Souza? Guy who's world jiu-jitsu champion.
It's amazing, but Jacare actually came to our gym to train with my jiu-jitsu coach, who's also very good, kind of a different style. But watching them grapple it's a beautiful thing, actually. It's amazing to watch. It's kind of a funny way to word it, but they're so good at it, just the different transitions and everything that they do. Learning from both of those guys, and Adolfo, 8-time world champion. There's nothing that can happen grappling-wise, wrestling or jiu-jitsu that I'm not dealing with every day. And that's supposed to be what he's best at. So what are you going to do, Francimar?
Alex, you came in at this fight, 230, 29 point, whatever it was. Last year you were fighting 215, 220.
Yeah.
Conscious decision to come in at the high weight this year. Is that what you experienced last year?
I've been force-feeding myself, drinking a ton of water, doing all I can just to explode a little bit, and then I got to 245, almost 250, and I was going into sparring. I was like, okay, maybe we can't hold all of this, man. Not to say one shot might not kill somebody at that way, you know what I mean? But I was feeling a little full. I got my sprints on, got back to destroying the pad, working the sparring, and I just kind of capped out around 235, 240, and we showed up after traveling and everything. I was 240, and just the past few days of just thinking about everything. I think moving around too much, the excitement of it all. I shed a couple pounds, but I'm gonna eat a nice dinner tonight, hydrate back up, and no matter what I weigh tomorrow, I think I'm gonna have enough weight to get the job done.
So would you call it a weight cut that you went through this thing?
Not really. I think it's just the nervous energy, just being a little anxious. It always makes me a little bit more dangerous, but I'm never able to just get real. When you're comfortable, you sit and you get real full at dinner. Mm-hmm. I don't like to get that full feeling. I move around a little bit always. I'm always a little antsy, excited. But at this point, I've dealt with it so much, it's a good thing. I think it makes me a little bit more dangerous. But we could call it a little bit of weight cut, but the only thing that's getting cut is Francimar.
How do you feel at heavyweight compared to your middleweight days?
Oh, God. Well, the thing about that was I was an amateur fighter. Me and my brother Mike Perry traveling around the country with my father. We would weigh in. Like, I remember one time I weighed in at 85. Then I gained the weight. The next day we weighed in for a 205 fight. So I weighed in Thursday, and I fought Friday at 85. Weighed in Friday morning, fought Saturday at 205. Mike did the same thing at 55 and 70. So we were staying real busy, man, just fight after fight after fight. But I got a little older, and cutting from 220 pounds to 185 is what I did on my pro debut. I remember I walked in at 185 for weigh-ins, and I was 220 pounds the night of the fight. Even the doctors were like, were you floating last night? Like, what did you do on the scale? But it just became too much. My last UFC fight against Jack Hermanson, I literally remember waking up that day and I was like, I gotta fight tonight? I don't feel right. I only gained, I think, 5 more pounds. I was like 192. My body just wasn't doing it. was dehydrated, and it cost me. It just wasn't me. So a heavyweight, I'm almost 30 years old now. I'm a grown man. I got the grown man strength, and ready to do grown man things. Move this weight around and excite the world.
You fought on back-to-back nights, like you just said. How different is that compared to last year in the playoffs, having to fight twice in the same night?
Nothing. It's no different at all. I tell people all the time, the skill level changes, but at the end of the day, I could get in a fight with one of you guys, and it's still going to be like adrenaline. You know what I mean? Like, you hit somebody and finish them in the club, in the cage, out front of the gas station, whatever it may be. It's just something about fighting that I think people fear a little bit because you're in danger. It's dangerous, but it's nothing, man. Fight's a fight. Like, I beat Jack Maine, I felt fine. If anything, the only problem, I was too excited. I just knocked somebody else. I was like, I'm going to knock this guy out too. And I wasn't as calculated and calm and composed. So I think, that's important, especially at this level we're at now. It's probably the difference between doing it an amateur and a professional. It's a little bit more dangerous.
Regular season last year, you had the big win in the first round, in the first match. In the second match, not so much. But was it easier, do you feel, to come off a loss in PFL, given its structure, and sort of not worry about when's my next fight, what's going to happen to me now, kind of a thing?
Always mess with you a little bit mentally, losing. I think for me in anything, you could beat me at ping pong, and I'm like, all right, we got to run that shit back. But I mean, like they say, we're only as good as our last fights. That's an expression they like to use. That's the last thing the world's seen of you. Felipe, I still think that was a super early stoppage, not taking anything away from him. Copeland, obviously wasn't. I was done. But both of those fights, it was nothing they did right. It was more what I did wrong. So I don't think that it really mattered. But knowing that you're going to fight again so soon, it helps. You can try to wash that off, that last loss, my last fight. You can go out there and get a victory. And I did against Jack. And I think what cost me in that fight with Felipe helped me beat Jack. So we always learn from our losses. But with the format here, knowing that it's going to be again so soon, it'll help you wash that away. But not when you could have won $1 million. So this year, I think all of that experience, I got tied up, it's going to help me do this. I really am confident in myself and my abilities this year. I want to win this money.
Were you surprised? Go ahead.
You think this format works better in terms of recovery and game planning for the next fight as opposed to other promotions?
Well, not really. If you're hurt, it's you're going to fight against soon, so you don't have as much time to recover. But that might want to be a strategy to make sure you play it a little bit safer and smarter. So it's definitely pros and cons to that. What you're saying.
Were you surprised at all that two of the higher profile heavyweights were matched up in the first round of regular season?
Not really. I think that they know it's going to be an exciting fight, but I think they also know that I'm going to knock him the fuck out. And I think that's why they threw him in there, because he's going to die from my ankles once I start putting the heat on him. He's older. He's almost 40 now. He's not learning new tricks, and I am. Not to talk bad about the guy. He hasn't said one bad thing about me, but that's what I'm going to do, man. I'm going to find a way like he's hiding from me. I'm going to take his ass out.
And Alex, you guys were online after weigh-in to go see the commission. He's coming out of the room, you were still online. He said something to you, and you said, "I'll see you soon." What did he say?
Felipe?
No, Barroso.
Oh, he's just a nice guy. He's like, yeah, God bless you. I haven't really got much out of him as far as that goes. And I had an interview a couple days ago. They were trying to fish for me to say something, but I even said, I was like, I have nothing bad to say about the guy. I don't think saying I'm going to finish him is mean in the sport. I mean, I'm sure he's saying the same thing in Portuguese to all his people. It just, it's hard to argue when you can't really speak the same language, but the same language that we're going to speak tomorrow night, man. We're going to figure it all out. Get to the bottom of this.